I have seen extraterrestrials face to face.
In the Shortry are little gray entities. UFOs light from them there in Antarctica. They felt distrust because they were captured. But there has been direct contact over many years. And then, like you said, it's only been in operation for about the last 50,000 years. But yeah, this is a spacecraft they've had since the 1940s. Some of them have crystals embedded in their skulls. I was felt very comfortable with them. They've shown me quite a bit of what our future looks like. We need to come together as a people. Got a car accident, don't call a lawyer, use this free AI tool instead. That's how I walked away with $93,000 from what they called a minor crash. Okay, so a few months ago, I got rear-ended. My car was totaled. I missed work and had doctor visits after doctor visits, and my bills were piling up. And guess what the insurance company offered me? $5,000 for the car and another $4,000 for the injury. Like, I was genuinely insulted. They wouldn't even cover my medical bills, let alone give me a new car. And late one night, scrolling through my phone, I found a video just like this, not some sketchy ad, not a lawyer begging for clients. It was something genuinely new. It was an AI-powered legal tool called Case Connect. And this isn't your average claims form. This AI works like a Harvard-trained attorney. It cross-checks your case against over 100,000 past accident settlements to work out the maximum payouts. So it matches to your accidents, similar accidents, finds the highest payouts, and uses them as evidence for your claim. So in 30 seconds, it told me I was owed way more than $9,000. Spoiler alert, I got $93,000. So once it qualifies you, Case Connect AI sets you up with a human specialist who gets you what you're legally owed, and it gets you it in weeks. Yes, you heard me correct. Weeks. Not months or years like every other personal injury firm. In weeks. So you don't chase paperwork, you don't deal with adjusters, you just get paid. AI is replacing all, sure. But right now, it's replacing disrespectful low-ball offers with real money in your pocket. Don't miss out like I almost did. Click the link, take the 30-second quiz, and let Case Connect AI give you every dollar you're owed and deserve. Case Connect, Case Connect, it's the $20 low and get paid. Case Connect, Case Connect, see how much you can get in 30 seconds or less. Dakota literally looked at my 8-year-old grandmother, and when she said clean it up, he told her to eat. This is the story of how two lovers kept misusing opportunities and pushing their luck until they had nothing left to push. The relationship between Dakota and Felicity was messed up right from the start, and trust me, it gets darker and crazier with every turn. But to unravel it all, we need to go back to a significant moment in Dakota's life. So it's 2023, and 18-year-old Dakota is discovering how tough it is to be an adult living with cocaine syndrome. In case you're wondering, that's a rare disorder that can cause premature aging, sensitivity to light, and dwarfism. Those symptoms manifested in Dakota through his small frame and shaky steps, which made him look like a cute 11-year-old. But even that cuteness wasn't enough to keep him in his parents' house forever. According to reporters, Dakota fell out with his parents and ended up living on the streets of West Virginia shortly after turning 18. And then, fate led him straight to an up-and-coming rapper named Crazy K. Now, here's the interesting part. Like Dakota, Crazy K also had a broken relationship with his parents. In fact, rumors circulated that he was kicked out of the house for substance abuse. And somehow, the universe connected the two of them. Due to his health condition, Crazy K originally thought Dakota was a kid.
So everybody keep asking how I met Dakota. I seen him give her a ride. He hopped in the car seat. Wonderful. Thought he was a kid.
From then on, Crazy K starts treating Dakota as an adult. Occasionally, the two men would make content and hang out. In the process of doing this, Dakota was introduced to many of the toxic influences of Crazy K. Wild parties at strip clubs, exposure to gang-affiliated friends, and
So they do first.
awkward challenges that pushed Dakota far beyond his physical limits. On top of that, they went from shooting funny, harmless videos to making demeaning content where Dakota was sometimes portrayed as a baby and physically manhandled.
That was embarrassing. No, flush Hey, sure.
Dakota didn't seem that bothered though. He flowed with the vibe and enjoyed the money that Crazy K would occasionally give him until the unexpected happened. By unexpected, I mean Crazy K woke up one day and accused Dakota of stealing his money and threw him out.
Always, you know, one day me and Dakota fought.
I could pay. I just like to
Armament.
Thankfully, Dakota didn't have to return to the streets. Instead, he found an abandoned house where he lived alongside other struggling people. Now, calling this apartment perfect would be generous. It lacked basic amenities like heat, most of the roommates were thieves in disguise, and some of them even used Dakota as an errand boy. But somehow he found a way to manage the situation. The one thing he couldn't manage, though, was his lack of money, so he started begging on the streets. And it was during that period that he had a chance encounter with Jake Griffith, better known as Corporal.
What's your name?
Corporal is a social media influencer in a unique niche. His content basically involves helping random people on the street or doing crazy pranks, filming it for his over 5 million followers across TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. The moment Corporal set his eyes on Dakota, something clicked inside him. He had helped some homeless people in the past, but this time was different. He wasn't just going to hand Dakota a few dollar bills. He was about to transform his life completely.
What you doing, buddy?
You need an LLC. It's protecting you. It's keeping your business and your personal life separate. So go to Taylor Brands, enter your LLC state, choose your business name, answer a few questions, and that's it. Now your business has tax flexibility and personal asset protection. Plus, it's approved by the state, and it took you, what, 3 minutes? Taylor Brands handles everything from forming LLC, your EIN, opening a business bank account, taxes and bookkeeping, licenses and permits, and more. Taylor is an all-in-one platform for the business owner. So search for Taylor Brands and start your business journey today.
Okay, put a finger down if you know you want to get into sales because everybody says it's the highest paying industry in the world. But you're like, your girl's not gonna cold call, your girl's not gonna door knock. I don't want to send cold emails. I don't want to post any sort of content. I also don't want to build a whole business right now. Like, what do? I don't want to work with sales pros. I don't want to go into an office. Welcome to High Ticket Sales, my girl. I train thousands of women on how to get into high ticket sales, and I'm paying for this advertisement because you need to hear about it. It's all remote, so you can do it from anywhere in the world. It's 100% commission, so you have full control over the money that you make. Want to make more money? Take more sales calls? Close more deals? It's the best feeling ever. And the leads are put directly onto your calendar, meaning you don't have to cold call people. And these people are actually interested in what you're selling because they filled out an application to get on the call with you. What application? What am I selling? Who am I selling for? Good question. You know those people you follow on social media that are online coaches and online experts? Maybe they teach you fitness, mindset, business, investing. Yeah. Well, they all sell a program, and you think those coaches are the ones on the sales calls all day selling their programs? No. But you know who will be? You. This is what I train my girls how to do. And if you're like, sounds interesting, that's literally why I paid to put this advertisement on your phone.
Dakota. I've seen him on TikTok before. Usually, every time I see him, the video has millions of views. This is the first time I've ever met him, and it's while I was dressed up as an old man.
And the first few days and weeks after that unexpected meeting were all about Dakota and his needs. Corporal went on a shopping spree, buying him brand new phones, clothes, shoes, and even a custom-made car. Of course, every moment was filmed and uploaded to social media. And those videos didn't just wow the audience, they went viral, racking up millions of views. But at every step of the way, you could see that Corporal was respectful. He treated Dakota like a friend, not just a helpless man he'd met on the street.
So remember how I got Dakota on the phone? Well, he texted me from another number saying he has bad news. So I came over to see what's up. His phone was completely destroyed and would not come on. He was pretty upset, so I put his phone on box. So he got his brand new phone. Then he asked what we're going to do next. So I took him to get some food. Then in the building, please get to me.
For the first time in a while, Dakota looked genuinely happy. That's because he was getting all of the help he needed, mainly from Corporal, but also from other Good Samaritans like James Lee. James is one of Dakota's old-time friends, and although he never really appeared in his TikTok videos, he was a reliable support structure for Dakota. He occasionally gave him money, advice, and whatever else he could help with. But the best part is, his assistant did not always interfere with what Corporal was doing. For Dakota, this was a win-win situation, and he couldn't be happier with how things had turned out. But he wasn't out of the woods yet, especially because he still lived in that abandoned house with roommates who had questionable characters. One day, after Corporal dropped him off, things got out of control. Dakota locked out 2 of the guys in the house, and in retaliation, they pushed him down the stairs. The impact of that fall left him with a significant cut on the side of his head, and with no one else to call, he reached out to Corporal. Corporal made sure Dakota got the medical treatment he needed, carefully tending to him until he was back on his feet.
Okay, see your new haircut.
Yes.
You see this scar? Wow. It looks a lot better than what it did, though.
Yeah,
For the people that don't know what happened, you want to explain somewhere else what happened.
basically I had a brain bleed and
How did you get a break?
there was 2 people they together.
After that terrifying experience, it was clear that Dakota could never return to that abandoned house ever again. So we started the process of relocating him to a proper house. But this wasn't a quick fix. Dakota needed a valid ID card, and a few other logistics needed to be sorted out first. While that was ongoing, Corporal lodged him in a hotel, and they continued their routine of making videos. And this is where things start to get interesting. During his stay at the hotel, Dakota met Felicity, a 21-year-old woman who was staying in one of the rooms. They exchanged pleasantries, and she asked to pet Dakota's dog, named Socks. Something magical was brewing in the air.
So y'all met yesterday morning, and you're already in love? Wow. So do you think it was love at first sight?
The speed at which their love story was moving was alarming, but Felicity didn't mind, and neither did Dakota. If anything, he was awestruck by the attention he was getting from her, and to make it even better, he fully supported the relationship.
So the next day I got him a haircut because he has a big date. I even let him pick up.
He paid for Dakota's haircut and even helped him pick out flowers. The man who had given Dakota a second chance of life was now helping him find love.
Super excited to see her. When we got back to the hotel, she wouldn't answer me.
With flowers in hand and Corporal playing hype man in the background, Dakota arrived, hoping to pick up Felicity for their first date. But she wasn't answering the phone, so he walked down to her hotel room, and she wasn't there either.
I used to live there.
That obviously didn't go as planned, but everything worked out eventually. Felicity got the flowers. She reached out to Dakota, and before you knew it, they finally went on their first date. Normally, first dates are the time for awkward questions and playing the waiting game to see who will break the ice first. But this one was different. Felicity spoke to Dakota with an unusual level of familiarity, almost as if they had known each other for years rather than hours. And while that created a relaxed atmosphere for the lovebirds, it came at a cost for Corporal, who had to pay for everything Felicity demanded. She got a new outfit and matching necklaces for herself and Dakota. In hindsight, that was a red flag because it suggested that she may have entered the relationship for other reasons than love. But at the time, it didn't seem like it. Moreover, her arrival into Dakota's life coincided with a lot of positives. In just a few months, he had gone from being homeless to renting an apartment. He had found a genuine friendship in Corporal, and now he believes he had found the woman of his dreams. Life was enjoyable again for Dakota, but for his dog Socks, the reality was different. Right from when he lived in that abandoned house, Dakota had always mistreated Socks. In fact, one time, the dog playfully approached him, and he snapped at it. Fast forward to the present, Corporal believed Dakota had too much personal stuff to deal with, and didn't really have what it would take to properly care for a dog. So he suggests that they put him up for adoption. Fortunately, Dakota agreed, and Socks got a new home. But the drama in Dakota's new apartment was just about to begin. Shortly after moving in, one of the people from his old abandoned house started sneaking in, and Dakota never thought to stop him. To make it worse, he didn't mention it to Corporal. As a result, this man literally had unrestricted access to the house. He would come around
They sold out 3 times. Now they're back and 56% off. Our best-selling Lux bag, the one that'll have
And behave indecently in plain view, stealing surveillance gadgets that Google had installed, and stuffed the apartment with bags of trash. This went on for a while until Felicity finally opened up to Corporal about it.
Seriously?
Yes, I got caught his bitch ass.
You see, Dakota has a problem. She keeps letting this guy come over to his apartment.
Although disappointed, Will took the time to have a serious discussion with the couple. He tried to make them see the risks involved in allowing someone like that to hang around with them. And for once, he hoped that his words would be enough to fix their growing problems. But just as he was about to leave, he heard a knock at the door. And what happened next proved that the situation was far worse than he had imagined.
Stole it off of his door. And right as I was about to leave, I hear this.
Hey, watch out. Back up. Back up. Good.
That was Jimmy trying to gain entrance into the apartment, but clearly wasn't having it. The police were later called in, but by then, Jimmy had disappeared into thin air. And although he never came back, Dakota and Felicity found new ways to create trouble for themselves. First off, Felicity came up with a story about how she had a fight with her mom and had to move out.
Get out of the house. She's like, this is what you get for being the horriblest worst daughter ever.
At this point, Dakota's apartment was already her second home. But this issue was her perfect excuse to move in permanently and become the woman of the house. And from that moment on, the couple literally moved from one problem to another. One time, viewers spotted what appeared to be drug paraphernalia in one of their videos, suggesting that someone in the house was using illicit substances. Another time, Felicity got herself into a complicated situation with a total stranger named Roy. According to Felicity's account of the event, Roy asked her to help him babysit his dog overnight, but somewhere along the line, he tried to make him funny.
I was facing towards the air conditioning area, and he grabbed me by the waist and started pulling me towards him, and I told him no because I have boundaries, and I don't know anybody. And he literally said, well, I'm gonna treat you like a lady.
Eventually, she reached out to Corporal, who arrived to pick her up just in time before the situation went out of hand.
Son, I'm cold. Thank you. I'm sorry for everything. I'm sorry. I just got really sick. Yeah, my phone's about to die. I never interrupted her at all. I didn't know how long it was gonna be. I didn't know how long it would be. Because that was fun.
At this point, it was clear that these incidents weren't coincidences. They were the predictable results of two people who had quietly developed a habit of putting themselves in situations that required someone else to save them. But here's what makes it worse. The more Corporal tried to rescue them, the deeper they dug themselves in with their words, actions, and inactions. By her own admission, Felicity claims she has 17 exes, which is quite a lot. But one particular name stood out from that long list, and it's Jacob. Apart from being one of her numerous ex-partners, Jacob is Felicity's current best friend. Sounds strange, right? Well, that's exactly how she described him every time his name came up. And trust me, it happened more than once. Speaking of names, another alleged romantic partner whose name was mentioned multiple times around Felicity is Robert Edward Fleming. But what makes Robert's case worse?
Yeah, come into the house. I was looking for you. I was looking for you. Come here and ask me whatever you want to ask me. Come in. Come here. I don't care what you were going to ask me. I just said come here and ask me because I was looking for you. So hang up the phone and come here.
Is that he isn't just a random lover boy. He is a 55-year-old sex offender. While most people would date someone with such a track record, Felicity didn't seem to mind. She admitted that there had been communication between them, but also mentioned that she was only entertaining him for money.
From Carolina? Let's not think this is him. Let's think this is Robert Fleming. Okay? I'm not with that man. I used him for money.
More than anything else, the statement by Felicity opened a new can of worms that points to a deeper fracture in her relationship with Dakota, and possibly with Corporal. I mean, think about it for a second. Corporal has been solely responsible for their well-being. He paid for the house, and even bankrolled their first date. So the fact that Felicity was talking to another man purely for money raised serious questions. Was she implying that Coco's help wasn't enough? I guess only she could answer that. Beyond the cheating scandal, Felicity also had this habit of randomly picking up Dakota from the ground and slapping his rear. And some viewers complained about it. This person said, listen, I know he's a small dude and all, but she gotta stop picking up her boyfriend as if he's her son. But as horrible as that looks or sounds, it's one of the couple's lesser problems, especially when you compare it to other issues like the public arguments and temporary separations that defined their relationship. At first, it started as a one-off thing, but soon it became a predictable cycle that their audience actually started anticipating. One minute, they were declaring undying love and talking about spending the rest of their lives together. The next minute, they were announcing a breakup, and Felicity was moving out to stay with a friend. As you'd imagine, Dakota wasn't pleased with the arrangement. In one of the letters he wrote during their many breakups, he said, to Felicity, I am sorry we couldn't be together, but I'm the problem. If I could be of help to you, and then you might not be together, but I need you. You have no problems, and I love you. It wasn't your fault. I can't express my feelings.
I can't hear you. Get it open. You get it open in there every time.
I wish we could still to the point of you were lazy and etc. all day. Never could help a little bit, and I never cheated.
Get it open.
I from my heart loved you, and unlike you done to me. You
Get it open in there every time.
To do to help you. You were just crossed out.
Push
I
it.
think you lied on me. Your boyfriend, quote unquote, had to be the one to take control and said,
y'all get that kitchen cleaned up now.
Six chances to see worst part is your...
Javon, let know if we can go there and maybe let it go.
You need to do that first. What? No, I don't see no ski mask. I don't see no ski mask. But if y'all put your shit where it goes at or put it away, then you'll know exactly where it's at. He didn't touch no damn ski mask. He don't wear no damn ski mask.
Yeah, I don't even use it. No, I don't want to. No, I literally left. I literally left. I was outside with them. They just told me.
Crystals and bandages.
Oh, like yesterday?
Yo, I want y'all to get all that trash and shit about that kitchen. I'm not worried about no ski masks. All that food everywhere. I want to throw the ski mask and beat the shit out of one of y'all in a second.
I'm not going to say anything.
Decided to create a path
Say
that
what?
would allow Black musicians.
Well, Shame, you better not put your fucking hands on him.
Look, I'm talking about ski mat. I'm putting you in your face. I'm like, no, I didn't see ski mat. I was
You're not going to fucking put your hands on him at all. We're not the fuck about to start that. So if I start putting my hands on some fucking body, then ain't nobody gonna like it. Then we're gonna have a problem.
Walter completed his training as a master electrician and joined me in Homestead.
Y'all need to get all that fucking trash and shit up out the
Walter's
kitchen.
business group and my music school along with it, and he was always
Look,
faithful.
I don't care about no ski masks, Shame. I don't give a fuck.
And I gave voice
Y'all be looking for shit all the time. I don't know where it's at. I don't know.
Expanded into the I founded the Cardwell
None of his
House
friends should never been in here.
Students from my school. We gave concerts.
His friends don't come in here.
I know. I come in outside. That's a little funny. A supporter
And the little boy has a ski mask on there.
Yes. We began hosting guest soloists.
Pauline.
Always made sure that they were paid for their work.
Pauline.
After all, my aim was to help Black artists become professional musicians. In 1931, I established the Pittsburgh chapter of the National Association of Negro
Pauline.
Musicians, an organization that supported Black composers and performers. And when the organization decided to hold its conference in Pittsburgh in 1941, I knew that it was finally time for me to stage a production of the opera that inspired me so much all those years ago. Aida by the Italian composer Giuseppe Verdi. It was very well received, and we were invited to perform in Chicago later that year. That success gave me the confidence to form the National Negro Opera Company. The NNOC was exactly the kind of path I had dreamed of paving for Black musicians, allowing talented individuals to gain experience, with so many going on to earn their living as professional
Pauline.
musicians. Sadly, Walter was blacklisted in Pittsburgh because
because of his efforts to unionize black electricians to get equal pay for their work. But it may have been a blessing in disguise, as it prompted us to move to Washington, D.C., where Walter found work with the federal government and the opera company grew even more. We gave over 100 performances in the decades that followed, featuring over 1,000
And cheated on me. And now I'm done with you, Felicity. But here's the irony in all of this. He wasn't really
Yo,
done.
go get
Despite
all
being
go get that
Felicity's
kitchen cleaned up.
faithfulness,
All that
Dakota
trash
kept
and
accepting her
food
back.
and stuff. Wipe
The
them
pattern
counters off.
repeated itself so many
Close them
times that at
cabinets,
some
put that food
point
away.
he started providing regular updates about it. In fact, on one occasion, he announced their separation and reunion in the same post. Dakota and Felicity recently broke up after a big argument. They've been split for about 3 or 4 days now, but it seems like they're planning on getting back together. They're working out a new deal to see each other a little less and be more honest. I've been giving Dakota my best advice, but at the end of the day, it's his choice. Reading the last few lines of that post, you can tell that this was more than just a relationship update from Corkle. To put it simply, it seemed like he was advising Dakota to do something, but Dakota wasn't willing to do it. Now the question is, what could that be? Was he advising Dakota to separate from Felicity? Well, that was the consensus online, as many people concluded that Felicity was the problem. But another section of the audience was quick to point out that Dakota wasn't a saint himself. One TikTok user said, "We lived on Edgewood and we are close with his family. Dakota was approaching my baby sister in that way, and she was 11. He was 18 and 19. He is not a good person. Disabled or not, that is not an excuse." Another user, apparently someone who knew the story of how he left his parents, said this: "From what I know, his family didn't want him around because he was doing bad things. He always says someone steals his bank card or it's locked. No, he gives it to drug dealers or promises things that he can't do and has to get a new one. He will get a phone, but he will sell or trade it. He does drugs and drinks. He's not a good person. He lies, steals, and does other bad things, and he uses people who show him kindness." Surprisingly, Corkle was also on the receiving end of criticisms.
I'm going down the Dakota and Felicity rabbit hole, and I have a few questions. Do they not have their own social media profiles? Because so far I haven't found any. And what does Corkle, whatever the guy's name is, what does he do?
However, there was a lot of support for Corkle in the comments. People really appreciated his help for Dakota and showed sympathy for the disappointment he felt. Strangely, Dakota himself chose to stay mute. And just when people thought the relationship couldn't get any messier, dropped a bombshell. I'm really worried Dakota might be slipping back into old habits. I know a lot of people have said just to leave them be, and I completely understand that. I just want to be there for them through this final stretch. They both agreed to let me help them find a caretaker, or somewhere they can get proper care and guidance. I'll keep supporting them with boundaries, hopefully end things on a positive note. I just pray all our hard work wasn't for nothing. Now, those words were sort of in between, but they calmed the tension on social media a bit. Behind the scenes, though, nothing changed. According to several TikTok creators, Corkle visited the house one day, and instead of being welcomed, Dakota snapped. He reportedly ordered Will out of the house and made it clear he never wanted to see him again. And that was the last straw.
Well, Corkle just posted that he's done. No more handouts, no more friendship, no more Felicity. The man said he's focusing on himself, which is TikTok code for "I'm tired of cleaning up other people's messes." Apparently, when Corkle stopped by Dakota's apartment to check
Pauline, y'all about to piss me the
Decision.
fuck off.
I've decided to take a step back from spending time with them, unless it's truly...
So how the fuck did he end up with a ski mask all of a sudden?
There are things I just can't
You better not fucking touch him.
I'm not forced them.
I didn't touch him. I didn't touch him. Don't touch him. My mask.
I'm talking to him. Let me talk to him. Close my door. Close my door and let me talk to him. Wait, one thing at a fucking time. One thing at a time. Do you care about the fucking ski mask or not? You just came in here talking about that. One thing at a time. Close my door. Pauline, come the fuck here. I know good and goddamn well you ain't take nothing out of my motherfucking house.
I didn't touch anything.
So how the fuck did he end up with a ski mask?
He said he left his ski mask 2 days ago in the bathroom. I don't wear ski masks.
Yeah, so how did your friend end up with one all of a sudden?
No,
You just happened to be over there.
No, Javon had a ski mask before Shiny even. Javon had a ski mask for like a year now.
He didn't have one. He didn't just have one because he's asking Shane for one.
What?
He didn't just have one.
Well, Javon didn't go in the house.
Yeah, I know he didn't come in
Yeah,
here.
but
He came in here.
I know, but I didn't take nothing out. I put only thing in my backpack was a comb, this hoodie, and headphones.
So
more. Taylor is the only one platform.
The fact that you went over there with the
Javon had a
backpack
Search for
and there's
Taylor
stuff
Brands and
missing,
start your business journey.
and now
Um,
you look guilty.
No, you could check my backpack.
It's over now. The
No,
shit's,
I
it's
didn't-
days later.
Mom,
How the fuck am I gonna
Mom,
check for something
Javon had a
that's
ski
gone?
mask already.
No, he didn't. If he asked Shane for one, he didn't have one.
Javon said he already had a ski mask. Yeah,
didn't have
I'll ask him right now.
No, it don't got shit to do with. I'm talking to you. I
I
don't
don't-
give a fuck what
I don't-
Javon says, and you better
I'm
calm
not
the
gonna
fuck
take
down
Shane's
yelling
stuff.
at
'Cause,
me.
no, because Shane trying to hit me. I'm
He's not gonna fucking hit you. He's not gonna fucking touch you. But I know I better not find the fuck out that you took anything out of this fucking house. I don't care what it is, and gave it to no goddamn body.
I didn't take anything.
Okay, all throughout your life.
Right now, it's looking like you did.
The only thing I asked to take out of the house was a
Just told you
popsicle.
you're this
'Cause,
apple tree.
It was like one of my friends. He said, "Can I get my glass of water?" I was like, "No." I asked Shane. I gave him an orange popsicle. He was like, "No, no popsicle." And we left. We left because we went to Grammy house to help Grammy with the bucket from Javon in her car. After that, we went to second. The second I played basketball and stuff. Back to Javon house because Javon got a new e-bike from this guy down. He traded his
And where's yours? I don't want you leaving yours over there, taking it fuck over there at all.
No, I put it downstairs.
All the time.
So back to how is his ski mask missing?
I don't know. I don't wear ski mask. And 2 days ago when he left, it wasn't in the bag.
That this is
And it had to be in the bathroom. And I barely even use the bathroom here. I'm always in my room or something. Or downstairs by the
Well, shut up.
conflicting with how you see it. And you've noticed it is only those projects you're delaying right now. So that means right now your mind is seeing you in a very specific way. And therefore, until we are able to reinvent ourselves, until we let go of this old life, you cannot create a new life. Because anytime you try to create a new life and you still see yourself as an apple tree going towards space,
I don't know. Same time, blame it on me.
force,
I don't even
you
wear
begin to procrastinate. You notice this what ends up happening. You're just about to get that harvest, and then you
Well, I
self-sabotage.
know the fuck y'all
Just
better
about to
get
get that
that
result, then you get inconsistent. This is what happens. It's due to
doing it right now.
So what's the key then to
You're
breaking
not
free
doing it
from
right
this?
now. Y'all are
You
arguing
can
about a
invest,
bunch of
like
stupid
I've
shit
done,
that I don't
decades
give
of your
a
life
fuck
reading for
about,
psychological
and I don't want to be
papers.
fucked about it.
Or I've actually distilled this
Y'all are
into three
pissing me
simple
the
yet
fuck off,
powerful
and then
secrets
I get
to
up and I'm pissed
reinvent
the
to
fuck
yourself.
off,
Actually,
and everybody's gonna be
letting
pissed off.
go of your roots to change your fruits. And
I
this
ain't
is
gonna
the
like that.
only way you can
Not
rapidly
even
do
a
this.
fucking snitch.
So if you like, I can show you a link to it.
When I
Please
get up
do.
and
Let's
down
go.
these fucking
And if any
steps,
of your viewers, by the way, are
nobody's
watching
gonna
this
care.
video and they want to hop on as well, they'll be able to click a link around this video. So basically, for
So
those
I
who are watching this,
suggest y'all figure
click the link
something
below
the
and
fuck
you'll be able to
out
hop on this man's class to discover
and
these free
start
secrets
learn
to
how to
reinvent
get the
yourself.
fuck
And
along.
the best part of this
Really
is they'll need to
fast.
register for free because it's happening very soon right now. So
Very
to avoid
fast.
being locked out, because once it starts, you'll be locked out. Click the link below. Be sure to register right away. You'll land on the registration page that looks like this. Simply put your name and your email, hit the submit button, and you can register for free. And you can finally begin to take action in your life and release yourself from procrastination. Making sense?
Just for people listening right now who don't know who you are you?
I'm an Asian guy with British accent. My name is Tim Han, and I've been in the field of human behavior for the last 12 years of my life. And I'm the founder of a personal development education company called Success Designer. And in 2016, we became one of the fastest growing personal development trainers all across the globe. To date, we've been able to positively impact the lives of over 14 million people worldwide. And this is why I know from experience, from all of these case studies, that this is the only way that your students, your viewers, will be able to finally free themselves from procrastination. Because this isn't some random theory. This is psychologically backed way of finally releasing yourself. And you would have noticed everything you've tried to resolve this is only temporary. Because these temporary surface layer solutions only ever bring surface layer sort of feelings. If you want to finally begin to release procrastination, you've got to get to the root of what's causing this pattern. Now, here's the most important part. The more you delay on healing this pattern, the more you literally decay. And what we mean by that is we know in psychology, as well as biology, that habitual procrastination behavior actually grinds down telomere. That's the DNA. So meaning biologically, you're actually decaying yourself. That's the crazy part. And this is why, have you noticed, anytime you delay a project till next week is not easier when you've delayed, it's actually harder. So this is why it's so important. They take action now on registering right now to this free masterclass. Because that way, you'll be to do it now, because later it's going to be harder for you to heal. The more you delay this, the harder it will be to actually reverse course. And by the time you want to do it, it might be too late, right? Making sense? So click the link below. And the best part of this is since it's happening soon, it's for free. You've got nothing to lose but everything to gain. Are you getting this? Click the link below right now, register for free, and listen, this is probably the only time you'll probably see this video. Meaning, if you scroll past this, if you lose out on this, you're about to lose out forever on what could
He acted up, and he gave his apartment up to live back on the streets to live the lifestyle he wanted to live.
During the video, James also showed screenshots of his chats where, quote, claimed his social media revenue dropped after he started featuring Dakota in his videos. But he chose to help anyways because he saw Dakota as a friend. Anyway, at the end of that expose, James said something that probably should interest Dakota and Felicity.
Now, I'm not saying I'll never help Dakota again, but it's going to be when he realizes that he needs actual help.
On paper, it sounded like an olive branch for Dakota and Felicity. But the immediate reality was that their safety net was gone. With Corvo and James no longer in the picture, their lives were about to take a different turn. But their exit also afforded Dakota and
TikTok, as they have both been this.
I emphasize again, it is free to join my community. The stocks I share are also free. The techniques and strategies I teach are also free. So please don't ask me if I charge a fee, and don't say it's a scam. I only need popularity and word of mouth, not the so-called membership fee. If you want to get the stocks I offer, please join me first. Make sure it fits your own ideas and then buy a little to verify. I only have one account and never charge any fees.
Have you ever wondered if you could make money with a drone? I mean, real money, like replace your job money, or even more? Well, what if I told you that right now, ordinary people